I would have rolled out my love, a royal crimson rug, for her to prance, sashay, swivel her skinny hips upon, pressed the ballad of my heart in two piano keys, and fingered her song that even the more I would dance to. Olive tinted soul windows set in almond shapes on beauty's exquisitely sculpted face, complexion like fire, passion's heat burned in her, a spicy jalapeno. I ache to kiss the ripe grapes of her lips, nibble the side of her neck like a monkey, until the bite of my hunger glowed redder than the cherry of a Cuban cigar. The hairy senses of my body would tremble from the tickle of her flesh as I suckle the wine candy of her nipples, let their sugary stain paint my tongue. The rough smooches of my kisses leave their traces round her navel, and like the charmer's flute, her womanly flavor enchants the serpent in my mouth till it strikes a honey morsel, then licks the whipped cream from her purple painted toes until the music of her moans go silent on my drums with a shudder. In a city of cracked dreams, near a billboard paved with stars on a strip whose Horus mother is the sun, a princess called me sweetie. My eyes, bloated as famine's bellies, a skeleton painted black, paranoid as guinea mice in a fishbowl, pockets flat, shoes leaning. From a 3-month pilgrimage to the dope house, she called me sweetie. When my cortisone pump smoke instead of blood, brain sizzle a crack pipe, plotting the coup d'etat of my soul, Lady Tanya called me sweetie. After I sold my manhood for a nickel piece, the Javier whose hands are greedier than graves, he thinks my name is how much? Hey, sweetie, she said, gave me 3 cool cigarettes and a crack piece, big as the bullet chasing my heart's beat. I knew it was love and not a pasty infatuation made from coca leaves soaked in kerosene in a 55-gallon barrel in the hills of Bogota. She pinched her nose with invisible fingertips, ignored the funk that clung to me like nostalgia to grandma's handbag, peered into the abandoned mind of my spirit, saw a spectacle of gold nuggets that awaited a palm's clasp. Her presence brought hope like a rainbow, more refreshing than the dawn's crisp. Her strength and elixir I gulped like a chalice of sun rays until I became a samurai, willing to battle every heavenly body in the Milky Way for her right to be crowned their queen. I would pluck the glitter from the dust of the galaxy to sprinkle on her hair, fashion her a pair of earrings that would gleam to the edge of the universe, illuminate the corals on the floors of the seas. I would grow my beloved a flower garden, more colorful than a landscaper's fantasies, with roses more fragrant than perfumes, and an orchestra of hummingbirds nipping nectar from the bells of lilacs. Darling, remember that night when the ghost of the glass spooked you? I had your back, escorted you to the payphone where you called Captain Saverhole, who swooped down, drove you to his loft in Venice. My heart bled tears for eyes too tweaked out to weep. A whole moon I searched howling for your features. A wolf wandering the plain of loneliness, sniffing frantically for your fragrance upon the wind. Near the window where the famous store is sold, I glimpsed you. Rejoiced like a lost boy in the magic kingdom when we joined with his loved one. Oh my dear, we tooted horns that rung like bells whilst love's pleadings echoed off the walls of eternity. But we heard only the bells ringing and ringing. My life, thicket of denial, drenched in fumes. The words that would have entwined us like hands in a lover's hole, caught in my throat, a chicken's bone. I was all choked up on rejection's fears. Now when fate has seized I yet again, labeled I parole violator, cast I into a mice-infested cell in the effigy of a prison called Chino, sentenced to half of a year, set outside my cage, a grave marker, the severed head of love's possibilities. Its headless shadow jerks till hope's flicker flatlines. In this game of indirect suicide, of heartless goodbyes, 6 months is an orgy of endings. Mighty God, hear my prayer. Don't let her be trampled by the demons and the vapors in the wood, nor doomed to a life of addictions, nor jailed for possession of coke, but seal us into a bond that will never ever be broken. Like cracked pipes on the sidewalk of tears. Cut.